ESPN's Dick Vitale with Armin and Levac on 104.5 The Team. All thanks to McLean Food Service, where we are broadcasting live today. Dickie V joining us at 5:15 on Monday and Thursday throughout the NCAA tournament. And Dickie V, our big thing today is Will Brown. He is interviewed at Fordham. He is interviewed at George Mason. We're kind of afraid we might lose our guy this year.
Well, I hope he does, and he's really done a great job, and they love him up in Albany, but you can't blame a guy. He's a hot item right now. He's done a phenomenal job there, and if somebody can take care of himself financially, you can't blame him for moving on. I think, a lot of guys out there, we're going to have a lot of musical chairs. Everybody wants instant gratification, so you know what's happening right now? Guys are getting fired all over the country, Armin and Levac. Guys are getting the Ziggy, getting the Axe, and I hope they don't come to TV and take my job.
Dickie V, we got this kid Daxter Miles Jr. over in West Virginia guaranteeing a victory, saying KU is about to be 36-1. What do you think about that? Poking the bear.
I really think it's great when kids have swag and have confidence and believe. I don't think anything wrong with it at all, but I think reality will set in, and I think that'll bother them for a while with their pressure, give a lot of defensive intensity, emotion, which is a trademark of Bob Huggins. But when it's all said and done, I think the size, the athleticism, and the depth of Kentucky will take over, and they'll be 37-0, and they'll march on one step closer to that dream, which I thought was a fantasy when they told me earlier this year, talking to many of their fans, 40-0, Dickie V, 40-0. I started laughing. I said, wacky, man, 40-0. When you think about the three-point shot, you think about on the road, it's incredible that now it is a reality.
Dick Vitale with Armin and Levac on 104.5 The Team. Is Kentucky the best defensive team that we've ever seen, Dickie V?
I would rate them up there, certainly with the great teams. I were times this year where I thought they were the best I've seen, and other times they've slipped a little. But you put them right up there. I think the Georgetown team was special with Patrick Ewing and that gang. They were absolutely dynamite. And you think about UNLV with Stacey Augmon in that group in 90. They were phenomenal. There's been some really, Arkansas had great defense when they pressured the ball, Nolan Richardson's era. But this team is special defensively. They do it a little differently than most, not about position defense. They do it with their athleticism. They block shots. They protect the rim really well, make it so difficult to get anything around the basket.
Coach Dickie V, Coach Cal, there's a lot of speculation now. If he goes perfect, he's going to head back to the NBA. Is this a jump he should make again?
There's no way. I cannot see him leaving Kentucky. He's got that thing rolling. He has the number one class coming in again next year. He's got a phenomenal place where he can get great players. They treat him like royalty. I just don't see that happen. I really, I'd be kind of surprised. Knowing John as well as I do, I would be very, very, very surprised. You're going to get all kinds of rumors now, man. Rumors all over the place.
Dick Vitale with Armin and Levac on 104.5 The Team. Thanks to McLean Food Service. Dickie V, last year was Shabazz Napier. Every single year there's that one guy who becomes the face of the tournament, who takes over the tournament that we remember for years to come. Looking at the field remaining right now, who's going to be that individual when this tournament's all said and done?
Well, you could talk about Duke with Okafor. I mean, he's been brilliant. He's been unstoppable in a post, and he's the kind of guy that can carry a team all the way. I mean, he has that kind of ability. I think when you look at Michigan State, I think the kid Dawson can carry the team on his back with his rebound and his unbelievable ability to score around the basket. He just has to be a little more consistent and stay out of foul trouble. But there are a lot of guys. I mean, Kaminsky, you could talk about a lot of guys that can really carry a club. But I really think a guy like Okafor, he can put a team right on his back and take you right to the promised land.
We got Wisconsin and UNC tonight, both with some injuries, Meeks and Jackson. How's that going to impact the game? Do you see any real fallout from those banged-up players?
Well, I think they'll set those things aside, and I think you're going to see Meeks playing tonight. I really do. Word I got was that he did practice a little and he felt a little better. So I think he's going to play a little. They're going to need some physical strength inside because one of the great strengths of Wisconsin is their front court. I mean, that front court is terrific, man. With Decker and Hayes, they don't get a lot of publicity because of the great play of Kaminsky, who I think will be voted Player of the Year. That front court is dynamite. They're so efficient. I think the one thing, Armin and Levac, that you got to be concerned about if you're a Carolina fan, can they defend and stop the efficiency of Wisconsin? That is a problem I really see for North Carolina, the defensive side. Offensively, they can put points on the board. They're going to need a brilliant, I don't mean a good, but a brilliant performance out of Marcus Page on the perimeter to be able to survive and get to the Elite Eight.
In the East region, Dickie V, it's upset city. Oklahoma, the 3 seed, Louisville, the 4 seed, are now the top seeds out of this region. Do you see one of those two making it to the Final Four out of the East?
You know, I think really tough there when you look at that matchup there. I see a team like Louisville, for example, they're putting points on the board. It's tough for them, even though they've really played well right now. You know, the fact that Virginia's gone has opened up the door big time. But watch Michigan State, man, also. I'll tell you, that time is unreal at tournament time. I think that all the factors, you think about Izzo, Patino, Vitale, Calipari. It sounds like an Italian construction company, man. Eat a lot of macaroni, a lot of linguine, a lot of ravioli, and put some sauce on it, and it gives you that emotion.
Dick Vitale with Armin and Levac. And, of course, Dickie V, you have your book out right now. It's awesome, baby. All proceeds, 100% of the proceeds to the V Foundation. And I couldn't help but notice, reading your book there, Dickie V, of course, your heart is at Notre Dame, where both of your daughters went. They honored you with a degree there. So are you going to be wearing a little Golden Domer memorabilia tonight? Is your heart with Notre Dame tonight?
Well, my daughters, certainly their hearts from Notre Dame. I'm just a football fan for Notre Dame. Basketball, I got to be objective, but my objectivity tells me that the Irish are going to find a way to win tonight. I think they're better defensively than people think. I think if they can contain, they're not going to be able to stop, but if they can contain Van Fleet from dominating, scoring, passing, getting the ball to his buddy Baker for open shots, I think the Irish are going to win that game in a real battle. I think that's going to be a mail-lock smasher right to the wire. Wichita State has a bunch of kids, little chip on their shoulder, a fact that we want to prove that we can play with all the big guys and all the big name schools who didn't want us. That's why you saw them. They played brilliantly against Indiana, played well against Kansas, and now here comes the Fighting Irish. I will guarantee you that not one kid playing right now, when you look at certainly Wichita State, was recruited by a lot of these big name schools. But now they play together as a team. Greg Marshall has done a phenomenal job, and they got that winner's mentality. But I just feel Jerry and Grant, Connaughton, and those kids are going to find a way to survive and advance.
Number 11, UCLA has gone much deeper than anybody thought. A lot of people said they didn't even belong in the tournament, going against number 2 Gonzaga tomorrow night. It's hard to see the Bruins moving past the Zags at this point, isn't it?
Well, I did the game this year between Gonzaga and UCLA, and it was a M&M, man. It was a total mismatch. It would like me in a good-looking contest against a guy like Brad Pitt. It would be an M&M, man. He'd have no chance against me. But anyway, I would tell you simply, I think Gonzaga's too strong. I think their inside game's too good, and I also love their experience on the backcourt with certainly Pangos and Bell. Kyle Wilcher's become a star shooting the ball. But you got to pay tribute to Steve Alford and his kids. His son Bryce has been great. He's made 15 threes in the tournament thus far.
Dickie V, you were nice enough to send us a copy of your book. It's awesome, baby. Armin's reading it for like the 17th time. He won't share it with me. Where can I get the book?
Well, you can get the book anywhere you want, man. Get a Dick Vitale online.com, an autographed copy. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it from me, sending you one, and I'll probably do it because you want a free one. As the media, we always want things free, so I'll take care of you. But really, seriously, anybody will like a copy of my book. All my proceeds, every dollar I would make from the book is going to kids battling cancer. So if you'd like to help me, just go to DickVitaleOnline.com. Also, guys, tell your people they're going quickly. We're selling 1,500 chances to win a brand new white Mercedes convertible. They're $100 a chance. You go to my website, you'll see my picture with the car, and I'm telling you, they're going quickly. So get one soon. Just get it right on my website, DickVitaleOnline.com, and you'll see the picture of the car. Get your raffle ticket. You can't win if you're not there. There's only 1,500, so you got a pretty good chance. Buy 5, and you got even a better chance.
So if I win it, can we drive to a Yankee game together?
Absolutely. I'll sit in the back. You can drive. You be my chauffeur, man.
You got it.
And you'll be wearing that Ray stuff, won't you, Dickie?
Well, I want to ask you guys a question.
In
the 4 games tonight, give me your 4 winners. I just posted my 4 winners. Give me your 4 winners.
All right, so Kentucky, West Virginia, got to pick Kentucky. Got to pick Notre Dame over Wichita State. Woo! Wisconsin over North Carolina. And are you going Arizona or Xavier, Levac? What are you doing?
I'm taking Arizona, and I got to tell you, I'm not writing Wichita State off yet. I think they got a little magic in them.
Everybody seems to think, well, Levac's thinking, guys I've been on different radio shows, they think Wichita State, the Shockers, are going to march on. I just got to face my daughters. Hey, you mentioned I got an honorary degree there. So proud, because I couldn't get in Notre Dame. I was so dumb. I couldn't spell it. But I can tell you this. After this ceremony, when I got my honorary degree, my daughters, instead of being happy, I see them kind of depressed. They're double domers. They got their masters there as well. And I said, Terry and Sherry, I don't understand why you guys are not so excited. I got my honorary degree. They said, Dad, you know what you just did to our degree? You just absolutely decreased the value of our degree. You diminished the value by you having an honorary degree.
Golick did that first.
Yeah. Hey, man, let me tell you this. I couldn't understand why the Irish rejected me when I applied. They said you had to have like 1,400 on the SATs. I had 1,500, and they rejected me, Armin and Levac. I had 500 one time, 500 the second time, 500 the third time, but they didn't add them up.
He's the best. Hall of Famer Dick Vitale and Diggy V. We're live from McLean Food Service today. They're waving at you. Of course, McLean donated $500 in your name towards the protecting your goal of childhood cancer, and it goes into that fund. And, of course, anybody can do that as well and donate any kind of money to the V Foundation, because that's what this is when you join us twice a week. We're trying to help money in that fight against cancer as well. So,
especially for the kids, guys.
Yeah.
Especially for kids, Armin.
Absolutely.
Dickie V, we appreciate you. Great talking to you today. I know you've been doing your Pizza Hut tour. You get to eat some pizza while you're doing the tour?
Pizza Hut, baby, is number one. You better get your pizza, and you better get your Alberto beef jerky as well. And you better go to Allstate. I got to take care of all my companies, man. I got to get a TO, baby, and I got to run.
Love you, Dickie V. Talk to you Monday.
Take care, guys.